Hi everyone, it's Renee, and I am coming to you to show you my projects for the Diamond Dies design team call. I created 3 projects to show. My first one, I made a card, and I used the Sizzix Pumpkins number 2 die. Let's see that. And I made it on I think the card base is 5.5 by 5.5. It's one of the corrugated card bases. And I also used a Spellbinder's Nestability die, and it is the Big Scallop Square Small, and I used the largest die there. And what I did is I cut out all my pumpkins, and then the pumpkins are out of 2 different colors of orange cardstock, and I used some Tim Holtz Distress Ink in tea dye for the brighter orange pumpkins, and I just added some color around the edge to give it like a shadow. And then for the darker orange ones, I used the Tim Holtz Distress Ink in Fired Brick. And then I used my gold, it's a Jelly Roll metallic pen, to add some color to the little, the die puts like little perforations in there to show like some, the pumpkin lines. So I added some color to those. And then the 2 burlap pumpkins are done out of the DCWV, the burlap paper stack. And the pumpkins actually cut really well. The die cut really well through the burlap. I was surprised because it is a thicker paper. I stamped the Happy Thanksgiving and embossed it in some gold embossing powder, and went around the edge of the cut with the gold pen. So there's that one. My next project, I did another card, and here it is. And I used it's the Sizzix Flower Layers number 4, and that I always cut out the picture on the package to put on the back of my die so I can have a quick reference. And it cuts out the 2 pieces. So I cut out 2 of the larger round flower bases, and I cut them out of the Cosmo Cricket Baby Jane 6x6 stack. And I wanted a lot of color, so I cut I think there's 1, 2, 3, at least 4 different papers from the stack, and I cut 2 of each cut for each flower, and then poked a hole in the middle and used a red and light blue brad to hold them together. The piece behind it is a piece of craft cardstock, but it has some like shadowing and print on it, and I used my paper crimper to just give it some dimension, if you can see it right in there. And then I used some black and white baker's twine to go behind there and left the tails hang down, and I stamped "You Are So Thoughtful," and the flowers are popped up on some foam tape there to give it some more dimension. And then the inside just says "Thank You," and I took 2 of the solid colored cards or papers from the pack and just cut them into 2x2 squares and rounded the corners with my corner chomper, and then added one of the cuts from the die there with those. So there's that card. And my third project is probably my favorite. It's actually the first one I created, and I'm so pleased with how it turned out. And here it is. I used the corrugated card base again, but it's not a card, it's just so it can sit up. And the dies I used are the Tim Holtz Alterations mini paper rosettes, and this is what they look like. And it's just a long die. And this Cherry Lynn Designs small angel wings die. And there's the dies. And I used two different ones of those. This one, and I believe this. Yeah, this one. So, first the papers I used. The flowers are made out of this Tim Coffee. It's by K and Company. It's Tim Coffee TC Fall paper, and the flowers are made out of this paper right here. And then for the centers of the flowers, I again used the burlap paper. And then for the butterflies, I used paper from the Recollections Garden Harvest stack, and I used this purple paper and this orange paper. So what I did, I started off making the flowers, and I knew I wanted to do something with the flowers, and I love how they turned out. I thought they were really cute and very fall-like. And I knew I wanted to use my butterfly die because I haven't gotten to use it yet. So after I made all my pieces, I just started stacking them up. As you can see, they overlap, and there's a lot of dimension to everything. So I stacked them up and knew how exactly I wanted them to be placed on whatever I was making. So then I'm really into burlap now. I guess it's probably because the seasons are changing, it's getting into fall, and there is more things in this color scheme and burlap available. So I picked up, before I saw this, the burlap paper, I found some actual burlap at Pat Catan's for a really great price, and it's very soft and not like scratchy or stiff at all. So I decided I wanted to make a pocket out of it. So I just hot glued around the edge and up the side, and then I folded it down and used some brads. You can see them right there. There's one underneath here too, to just hold it there without really gluing or anything. I wanted it to be soft and natural looking. So then I also used hot glue to glue the flowers on and the butterflies, and I wanted them standing up. And I left the craft side out. I really liked the craft look, and with the corrugated card base I thought it went. So the insides are the purple and the orange paper. And then once I had my base done, I needed something to go in my pocket. So I made this, I think it's called an accordion mini, and I used this ribbon. It is Doris Oh So Trendy Accents ribbon, and it's like the burlappy type with almost a chrome looking edge to it. So I used that to tie it, and I used my paper crimper again with the craft cardstock to just give the front and back something without adding a bunch of stuff to it. So when you open it, it opens up, and I put the purple and the orange mats in here. You can put photos on them, add journaling spots to it, and I left it plain just so it could be made into whatever you wanted it to be. And the back is the same way, so you could add a lot of pictures to that. And when you're done, you just fold it up and tie it back up. And it goes back in the pocket. And it fits the whole way down in if you want it to go in the whole way. Or I liked it sticking out so you could see the bow. Just like that. So those are my projects. I had a ton of fun creating them. I find I don't use my dies enough, so it was really fun working with them again, and I hope to be using them more often because, you know, they're a good tool to have. So thanks for your consideration, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.